I already know everyone made the joke that while Joel Cohen went and did a Shakespeare movie, Ethan Cohen went and did this very horny movie. Drive Away Dolls stars Margaret Qualley and Geraldine Viswanathan as two lesbian characters on a road trip to Tallahassee, but they're unknowingly transporting a briefcase which contains the contents of something that could bring about the end of an up-and-coming politician. What's inside the briefcase? Well, go see the movie and find out. The cast is pretty solid, with a lot of the trademarks that come from the Coen brothers. The overly recognizable accents, the mini character arcs for very small supporting roles, the quirky one-liners, the bickering banter between two of the antagonists, and it's not afraid to get weird. Also, like a lot of Coen Brothers movies, there's a love story that's underneath all of the madness. It fits the mold of movies like The Big Lebowski, Raising Arizona, and Burn After Reading. But with one of the brothers gone, I can't help but feel that some of the magic is missing. The movie is funny at times, but not nearly as much as what the movie's attempting. At the end of the film, there is a newspaper headline that is incredibly outlandish, but if you change just some of the words, it sounds pretty similar to other political stories that have happened in the 21st century. Like, it's really close. But when I reflect on the rest of the movie, the humor doesn't work nearly as well as that headline would suggest. Like, if this came out a decade ago, I think everything would hit a lot better. There's also a lot of odd choices. I know, a Coen Brothers movie with odd choices. But it's set in 1999, and there's not many connections to the 90s. Like, they mentioned Al Gore and Ralph Nader, but besides that, if anything, there's more connections to the 1970s. Like, they have these transitions that are psychedelic, hippie-infused, and, like, those transitions sort of tie into the climax, but otherwise, they feel pretty out of place. And Coen Brothers movies have done that before, where there's just some weird tonal inconsistencies, but maybe I wouldn't be thinking so much about it if I weren't thinking about the fact that it was set in the 90s, and I don't know, I'm seeing a peas bag, a frozen peas bag that is from a modern day Walmart. Like, it's got that Great Value logo on it, it's modern times, and I don't know, it's like, try a little harder to set your movie in 1999. And when they're not referencing the 70s with their transitions, they're instead doing these really odd, generic transitions that you would find in, like, an editing software. Like, the screen will flip down to the next scene, or it'll spin the screen around, stuff that you can find in, like, Sony Vegas. And it comes across as a mid-2000s direct-to-DVD comedy. Overall, the look of the movie is too clean, and it's almost like a director was trying to make something that feels like a Coen Brothers film, except it was literally directed by one of the Coen brothers. But I can't give it too low of a review because it was short. It was an hour and 20 minutes. Honestly, it probably needed to be a little longer to develop the characters better, but it's a quick watch that isn't afraid of what it is. It's a weaker selection from this Coen brother, but the actors save it from being boring. I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5 stars, but it could very well teeter into 3 stars in a future rewatch.